hello and welcome to Truck Talk Videos. Today, it is Euro Truck Simulator 2, Vive la France, DLC. So there is some facts about this Kamaz 6460 that I have just read because I know very little about them. They have disc brakes. Maximum speed is 90 kilometers an hour. 16 gears, so just as many as an American truck, actually a tractor unit. Type diesel with turbocharger, blown air chilling. Horsepower is 360. And accommodation, 2 beds, so 2 sleeping. I imagine the distances in Russia that they have to face is pretty obvious that you need 2 drivers, a bit like America. So I am not a very big fan of this tractor unit. I mean, the torque and all that, just to get it from first gear to second, it's amazing how much it will rev, and how much you got a little tiny rev band to get, you know, from first. I mean, there's gear 13, so it is just as many as a Peterbilt or a Kenworth. And it doesn't look as good as a Kenworth W900L in my opinion. Probably goes just as quick though. Squirrel tested this a number of years ago. I think it was back in 2015 on Pro Mods. Possibly his Baltic map it could have been. It could have been his Baltic map. See, I'm in 8th gear now. That's 9th, and then now I have to change again into 10th. So little tiny rev band, very little tiny rev band. We have a cargo of Atlantic cod fillets, which is 16 tons, and we are going to Paris. Now, in one of these tractor units, you really have to get the gears right, especially if you're going uphill. In any tractor unit, but especially one with 16 gears. Kamaz was formed, it's a Russian. I think it could be Ukrainian, but I think it's Russian. It was formed in 1969, if I've got my facts right. So how new is this? I have absolutely no idea. I like Russian built wagons. I'm a very, very big fan. But this, I have no idea. I have no idea when it was built. The last one we tested, which was the MAZ, M-A-Z, that was 1981 to 1997. So I don't know. I mean, these tractor units could still be going in Russia. I have no idea. We have got the snow mod in again today. This is off the Steam. I think it's mods. Steam Workshop. That's it. Steam Workshop. I can't seem to download any other like Pro Mods or the Euro Truck Mods LT, which I think is Lithuania. I can't seem to download them and actually put them in the file zip folder, this and that. There's a lot of messing about, and I don't understand it anyway, whereas the Steam Workshop, they're in there in minutes, aren't they? So, gear 15 now, and we're up to 73 kilometers. Now approaching gear 16. Yep, for It says 90 kilometers, and I'm not that surprised top speed because, you know, most of continental Europe, the wagons can only drive at 90 kilometers, which, if I've got my facts right, is about 56 miles an hour, like in this country. But I'm not very good with kilometers and miles, so before I start work for Richard King or Richard King Haulage, I'd better get my facts right. This doesn't have a sat nav, well, not built in anyway. I hope to do more videos with this tractor unit because I am quite I'm not a fan of it, but since Squirrel tested it a few years ago, as I say, on his Baltic map, I've really wanted to test this. And yeah, it feels like on the Steam Workshop now. Gear down. They're really bringing mods in that I want to test. I mean, there's even there's another Russian tractor unit, a Kamz, which are actually on spin tyres. And as I've said in previous videos, I got to meet the owner of the only Kamz in the UK, which was quite a good experience, and hopefully he will be at the Burnley Heavy Equipment and Model Show this October again. Then I can see his other remote control models and to speak to him further, really. So that would be something. This is quite a boring video. You probably worked that out by now. Over 6 minutes gone. But if I can, I'll just stick it on cruise. I think that's cruise control. Just stick it on cruise control, just enough for you to see this. So yeah, it is winter. Well, it isn't actually winter because it's the 25th of April right now. So I wish this mod, they would have got it on the Steam Workshop, you know, back in December. It would be nice to see what it is like in December with this on. You don't get much for your money. Look at that. I know that it said it can sleep too, but look at that bed. That's just like the old Fords and I don't know, the old Atkinsons and that. There's many stories that my father tells me about going truck driving with his father in the old Atkinson, or as we like to call it down here in Lancashire, because after all, said an Atkinson were from Oldham. Say no more, the old Aki Border. He also drove an ERF A series, and they was originally from 1952, and an ERF, I think they were the C series with the big grill from the 80s. But getting back to this, Kamaz, I am a big fan of Kamaz because as we all know, they do win almost every single year in the Dakar Rally, and I watch that every year. I'm a massive fan of it. It's just the amount of money you have to have, even as a privateer, to go in that. That would probably be one of my ultimate dreams. That I've been watching it since 2008, and you just can't get enough of it. This year, well, the rain came down, and it actually showed behind the scenes with all the TV trucks from Holland, DAF 105s, XFs from Holland, which is the transmitter vehicles, Ford cargos, and it was raining cats and dogs in Argentina this year, and it was nice to see behind the scenes with when they had to move from the bivouac. It wasn't race day because it was flooded that much, the aircraft couldn't even land the Antonovs. Possibly 224s that they have for transportation of everything. Kitchens, the racers' baggage and everything. So it showed them behind the scenes because it was a really wet race, but I think it makes it better when it's a wet race because you don't get to see more, but it isn't just the same thing. Oh, see snow, you see black ice. I can't put that down to my bad driving there. That's black ice. That's bad. That's bad. So we've got about an hour to go on this journey. So yeah, it's not a slow journey by any means in this. I quite like it. Hopefully you will be seeing more of it on the on this channel, because I admit, I will admit to you right now, I like it. But I certainly wouldn't want to own one of Kamz. Oh yeah, give me one of them any day if I could afford the fuel bill. But this, no way. It's got too many gears. It is slow. It feels like it's very complicated, even though it's Russian, which is very strange indeed. You could say the windscreen is a bit like the Vive Stralis of 2003. You know how it sort of comes down, sort of the roof and the windscreen in that shape, which means you get little room at the front, as can be seen here. Not my idea of luxury, not my idea of a home away from home, and not my idea of a tractor unit, to be honest, but I am a big fan of Russian trucks, as you already know. So who knows? I don't want to own one of these in the game, but if things get that tight with money, I will have to. Look at that on hear that on takeover. Bedford OYD sounds better than that from 1940. And I think you've gathered by now, I do know and like my my Second World War British trucks. Yes, I do. I have numerous books on World War II, and I probably have about 10 books just on the vehicles, and in particular the trucks of World War II. As you will know, Josh, I'm speaking the truth there, mate. So anyway, as I say on all my videos, you guys, and the Imagine girls, very nice, have a safe driving out there, especially on Euro Truck too, and also safe, you know, land safely on Flight Simulator X. This is Truck Talk, signing off.